Welcome to How to Home Tech. Today we're going to be showing you exactly how to set up OnlyOffice to work with your existing NextCloud and LetEncrypt Docker containers in OpenMediaVault. Now this assumes that you've already set up a CNAME record with your domain name registrar of whatever subdomain is that you want to have point to your OnlyOffice document server. It also assumes that you've already set up NextCloud with LetsEncrypt using the guides on the forum. If you haven't already used TechnoDad Life's guides, do those and then come back. Alright, so now why would we want to set up OnlyOffice with NextCloud? Well, it lets you edit all kinds of files right in the browser instead of just text files without having to download them, edit them, and then re-upload them. You can do all kinds of Word docs, spreadsheets, you name it. So if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe. Let's get started. First, let's get things set up. Log into your OpenMediaVault as admin and go to your shell-in-the-box web client and log in as root. Now, in another tab in your browser, you want to go to this address and copy line 5. Go back to shell in the box, paste it at the prompt. Now what this is going to do is going to create a folder so that we can view the logs from outside the container in case there's ever any issues. And it's going to do it with the permissions of user 1, which is your OpenMediaVault user. If that is not your user, then you can change it to whatever user it is. When done, hit enter and it will create the folder. Now go back to paste bin. The next step is we're going to need to pull this Docker, OnlyOffice document server. So let's go back to your OpenMediaVault, to your Docker GUI, and in the search box on the right, type OnlyOffice, and it should be the first one that pulls down. And you're going to want to start to pull that. When it is done pulling that image, hit close. And on the left-hand side, scroll down to your document server, select it, hit Run Image. Let's name our container Office. The restart policy is going to be always. We're going to keep it in bridge mode, but we're going to need to select these ports to something different. 443, we're going to make 455, hit the plus sign. Port 80, we're going to switch to port 85, hit the plus sign. And our environmental variables are going to change also. So go back to paste bin. Under line 8, hit that, copy that variable. You can see it is going to be set to true. So go back to your Docker, paste that in, and make the value true. Hit the plus sign. Now go back to paste bin. Type in the next, or copy the next one on line 9, the secret. And this is going to be, the variable here is going to be any secret you want it to be. But remember what it is, because we're going to be using that for NextCloud. It's what makes NextCloud communicate securely with our OnlyOffice Docker. Go back to your Docker, paste that in the next line, and type in your secret, whatever that is, and hit the plus sign. One more variable. Go to paste bin, copy the header line on line 10, and you can see the value is going to be set to authorization. Let's go back to Docker, paste in JWT header, and the value is going to be authorization. Hit the plus sign. Now it's time to mount the container path to our log folder that we just created. Type the / and go to the one that has log in the path. On the host path, click the icon so that we can go down and select the file under shared folders, app data, OnlyOffice, document server, and select logs. Hit OK. Hit the plus sign to make sure it saves it. Under extra arguments, we're going to add something there. So go back to paste bin, and from line 11, paste in network mynet. Now that's the custom network that you created when you set up Let's Encrypt and NextCloud. If you named it something different, then this would be the place to put it. But I left it as my-net. Go to OpenMediaVault and paste that in. Now hit save. This will start your OnlyOffice document server running. If you want to check to see that it was successful, open up another tab and type in your OpenMediaVault IP or domain name if you set that up through your router with port 85. And you should get a message saying document server is running. Now go back to paste bin, copy line 13, go to shell in the box, paste that in, and that will change the directory to our proxy comps folder. Go back to paste bin, copy line 14, paste it at the prompt, and hit enter, and that's going to import a configuration file into that folder. But we need to change the permissions on that, so go back to paste bin, copy line 15, paste it into your shell in the box, and now the permissions are as they should be if your user was user 1. If it was something different, then change that. Go back to paste bin, copy line 17, go back to shell in the box, paste that so that we can edit the file that we just imported. In your upstream doc service line, change the server to the internal address of your OpenMediaVault. Now go down to your server block, go down to your server name entry, and where it says Office, change that to the subdomain that you registered as a CNAME with your domain name register. And then scroll down to where it says Set Upstream Office Office. That's going to be the same if you named your Docker container Office. And under Proxy Pass, change that IP address in there to your OpenMediaVault internal IP address. Hit Control X, Y to save, and hit enter. Now it's time to modify our LetEncrypt container. We're going to need to make one simple change to our LetEncrypt container. First, make sure this is going to be running in bridge mode. Get rid of the host name. Ensure your ports are still there. Sometimes they can disappear. Now, under your environmental variables, under subdomains, click Edit. You're going to want to put in the subdomain for your OnlyOffice instance with a comma and no space after the last one. Hit the check mark to commit it, and that should be all you need to do to save it and start generating the certificate. After a few minutes, go and check the logs to ensure that everything worked as planned. Now you should be able to go into your web browser and type HTTPS and your subdomain, and you should get the same message that the document server is running. However, your NextCloud will not be able to connect to it quite yet. Now go to your NextCloud instance, log in as your administrator on the right hand side where it has your administrator. Go to Apps, Integration, and download and enable the OnlyOffice connector. When it is downloaded and enabled, go back up and click on Settings. Go down to OnlyOffice on the left-hand side. Put in HTTPS, your fully qualified domain name with your subdomain, under Document Editing Server Address. And under Advanced Settings, do the same thing under Document Editing Service for internal requests from the server, because a lot of people have been having problems connecting with OnlyOffice from NextCloud if it isn't encrypted, even if it's on the local LAN. So let's just avoid that issue entirely and always make sure it's an encrypted connection. The server address for internal requests will still be whatever your NextCloud domain is. The secret key is the secret that we entered in the Docker container, and hit save. Once you see settings have been successfully updated, now you can test it out. Go to Files, and try opening a file. Try opening About. And you can see OnlyOffice is loading, and you are now able to edit this file using all the features and functions of OnlyOffice. This is great for when my wife and I want to go out comparison shopping and we want to make edits to this file where we're tracking changes to it, but we don't want to download the file every single time and then re-upload it back to NextCloud, and you don't know if it's going to be the same file and you have to worry about deleting the other file. This way, it's only one file. It never leaves NextCloud. We both can be editing it at the same time from different computers, and the changes are saved automatically. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If this helped you out, please click like and subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos.